All of our fun, all our dedication, everything will last for Kinfinity. Hi everyone, Kinfinity here, and here's my review of The Absent-Minded Professor, directed by Robert Stevenson, starring Fred McMurray, Nancy Olson, Tommy Kirk, Edwin, Kanan Wynn, Elliot Reed, Leon Ames, Wally Brown, Belle Montrose, James Westerfield, Alan Carney, Wally Bogue, and the only Jack Mulaney. We have to make it to the church because Professor Ned Brazen, this dedicated professor, is working too hard on this already. Oh man, so glad that this is the equation of no more chalk. But his neighbor finally busted 10,000 times, including yesterday. You gotta go because the professor is gonna get married finally. He's been proposed to, but he tried to get married 2 times before, but he's been super busy. Already brand new bonus for all of mankind. To have this literally erupting out of this seal testing chamber, brand new creation. So he keeps working these hours while Betsy has been waiting for Ned Brainer, the Professor Ned Brainer. So, come on, he's coming home. But get out of here in this best poetry. Because the poetry professor at the school is still trying to be the groom. Still wants to be with her. So glad he can. So, Professor Brainerd is finally erupted with laughter and excitement. And even higher than his pet dog who's up off the floor. When they ask Gray, what is this flying rubber? Flubber? It's the revolution. It's amazing to get the furthest away from Alonzo Hawk. Because him and his son are trying to keep Medfield on the map by being the basketball star. His son's trying to stay. See, Professor Brainerd works at the university, of course. Yeah, even deeper Medfield. Of course, I'll bring up later everything that's Medfield. So, yeah, his son is even more of the absolute only worth with him actually being Biff. Biff Hot, that is. Yeah, so Alonzo is trying to get all the endorsements of Medfield. My Biff's number one. Biff, Buff. Very last Buff push of putting Biff up. There will be no better score. Except he will not actually be on any of the corners. That'll be on the thing. It's so rude. So Professor Brainerd is getting out of it. This is flubber. This is revolutionary. While Betsy cannot hear you. Cannot see what hasn't been. You being able to call me by your last name. Yeah, we got together. Final holy matrimony. So she's super ticked off. She's super mad, of course. While he's trying to share a flubber. But she has to take part because she also works at the university. Finally, all professors, and she is finally just fed up with this worst use of demoting the genius brain inside of Professor Brainerd. So eventually, she does help him out, and they're able to get Alonzo, to finally be above his ego because they literally get him to experience Flubber. And unbelievable that his son is still trying to be the MVP of the basketball team. So, Flubber is used. Medfield wins basketball. I can't say anything else. But you got to see how they use those winnings finally. So, it's super awesome. It's finally Mr. and Mrs. Professor Brainerd. Literally Brainerd. working. Oh man, he's got the last beat of, if you count all the beats of sweat he still had. It was Professor Brainerd doing nothing but working. But his neighbor, get out of here. I'll water your last need if you actually get some plants. So Brainerd needing to experience everything else. So Brainerd needing to get out, get married, before he can celebrate the revolution of Flubber. And Alonzo and Biff Hawk, man, they don't have the actual last dedication to donating to Medfield. They just want everything out of the Medfield glory. They're not really wanting to just give to Medfield. They're meant to get everything back. It shouldn't be there. It's not giving the last thing to give to Medfield only. So no more of them. Yes, because they just want everything. So you gotta see how Flubber is one for the whole town to win. An even better honeymoon in the clouds. You see how he can use Flubber to make everything lighter. So crazy. Yeah, so it's the most fun. And it's just pretty calculated. With how Professor Brainerd, why, that'll never happen again. He's on top of everything that's academic. Well, still. And she's a professor too, so now they're both the most academic. Because first he's just focused on everything academic. He's got the best comebacks of education. But now they're finally married together. So what can you do? They got every answer. They're finally married. So it's so much fun. And it just shows how cold-heartedness needs to be lifted up. What this town does. Because they don't believe in the brain of Brainerd. So see how they get switched around. Medfield is the MVP. It's so much fun. Of course, the Harris-Kenfinity is so timeless. And so sharp. And the best kind of goofy. Grade A. Still. It's so cool. How from we don't want tennis shoes. There's not always just something happening to Dexter Riley at Medfield. It's so cool. That's also Medfield. But of course, there's no Dean Higgins. Oh, he would be all over getting the sponsors. It's just so funny how, this is Medfield years before. Because I saw Computer World tennis shoes first, actually. So it's so funny how they got Medfield. And that's so cool. They really make their own universe. Their own connections in this amazing spirit of all of them. Very supporting Medfield. It's so cool how it's also Medfield. It's just so cool. They can make new movies, but it's so cool if they did. So it's so cool. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, notification bell, know when all new videos come out. There will be brand new thank you for even better full spring of the channel. You'll see how there's going to be a brand new suggestion opportunity sweepstakes coming on the channel. So please participate when it's finally connected. What are you talking about? You'll see later. From this week. So you'll see later on soon. So thank you so much for doing everything. Please do everything. And these videos will last infinity.